Hey guys, Killer6 back with another top 5 video for you today, and this time I'm covering what I consider to be the top 5 most entertaining or rewarding bosses in the game. So let's get right to it.
Number 5.
Number 5 is the Handsome Sorcerer. Now this fight is pretty easy in the grand scheme of things, but there's just something about this fight that feels right, you know? Maybe it's enacting revenge for the death of the White Knight, or maybe it's because after the first time you kill him you get that badass cutscene that I won't spoil here. Either way, this is one of my go-to fights to let off some steam.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Pyro Pete. Now Pete is another boss that's not all that hard, and most people can solo him with relative ease, but what makes this fight so good is the combination of having to employ some pretty basic tactics to avoid taking damage, all while trying to inflict some of your own. And while Pete's not that tough, he provides just enough challenge to make this fight feel fun and mostly stress-free. Now combine that with his amazing loot pool and his highly rewarding chest at the end, and you can see why Pete makes the list.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Tera Morphus. Now good old Tera should be the very first raid that you fight in this game, and I have some fond memories of fighting him at level 50. But nowadays most of us can solo him using any number of characters and tactics, but unlike the Handsome Sorcerer and Pyro Pete, Tera has some very specific drops, and you're always guaranteed a legendary class mod from him. On top of the loot you get from Tera, you also have 2 very nice rewarding chests following him that I've gotten numerous legendaries from. One thing you should know about Tera though is he will cheat. God dang it, Tera. Why?
Number 2.
Number 2 is Hyperion. Now Hyperion makes the list because this is a boss fight done right. Hyperion provides enough of a challenge that 4 players can take him on and have a great time, but with the right characters and builds you can also solo him. And then there's the bonus that he can drop the Norfleet, the Shred-of-Fire, and Seraph Crystals, along with some other really good loot. Now Hyperion is a nice challenge, and there's a genuine sense of satisfaction from defeating him that a lot of the other bosses in this game don't really give. So, I would highly recommend taking a couple of friends, going and fighting Hyperion, or if you're an assassin, just come in here and bore the hell out of him.
Number 1.
Number 1 is a combination boss, son of Cromorax and Vermivorous. Now, before you scoff and hit that dislike button, hear me out. If you want a damn good challenge and a very high reward for your work, then this is the boss fight for you. Now, to make this happen, you need to start the Cromorax Jr. fight and let a Varkid evolve. Now, often this will happen, even without you knowing that it's going on. Then, when you hear that all too familiar super badass pod sound, oh man, the goosebumps, you will get a Vermivorous. Now, be warned, this is a fight that 4 people should do together. However, Gunzerkers being the way that they are can do this pretty well on their own. And yeah, so once defeated, Vermivorous can drop a nice legendary loot pool of items here, including the Norfleet, the Nasty Surprise, some legendary heads, some legendary skins. But also, don't forget that the Cromorax chests are just inside the door there. And in those chests, I've got numerous pearls, legendaries, and all kinds of other really good loot. So, that's it for this episode, guys, but let me know what you think in the comments below. Did I leave off a boss fight that you really like? Do you love or hate any of my picks, and why? Also, be sure to leave suggestions for future top 5 videos, and don't forget to click that thumbs up button and hit subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, take care.